Breakers Garden. We're just doing a quick update. I remember I was going to tell you about when it's time to plant your corn, well, to harvest your corn. So today I'm just going to go over this right quick and be out your hair. So if you don't mind, let's just take a look. Alright, so when you know your corn's ready to be harvested, you'll notice that the tassels, where are you at? Yeah, right there. Alright, so the tassels on the corn are going to turn this dull drab brown. It's really dry. Um, Unlike this corn tassel, which is nice and fluffy and feels like silk, that's the best sign to know that your corn is ready to be harvested. Up top, you can tell that the leaves are beginning to turn a little brownish. They're not as quite as green as they used to be. Their season has pretty much come to an end. I hate to see them go because they did really well this year. And this is really the second successful time I've ever grown corn. Last time I grew corn, I had to be released in I think the second or third grade or something like that. So you can tell they're drabbing. And, the corn itself looks pretty dull compared to some other things in the garden. It's just their season is gone. And we got some pretty nice sized cobs this year for our first go around. Of course, if you're gonna grow corn, remember corn is a heavy nitrogen feeder. So we plan on coming back in this area and doing some kind of beans of some sort, to beans and the clover to hopefully replenish the soil, and hopefully that'll fix that. But this is just a quick video. You can also always pull back the husk and pinch these nibblets, and if you see that pus kind of stuff coming out of there, that means the corn is pretty much ready to go. We got a few cobs here. I'm getting ready to peel some of this stuff back today. Look at that chicken. I got jinxed, right? So a friend of mine at work was like, "Your chickens never get in your garden." And I'm like, "No, I've never had that problem. I've never had that issue of chickens getting in my garden." And sure enough, after she said that, the chickens have been living underneath a lot of these plants. And just pecking away. Luckily, it's the end of the season, and there's really nothing out here to really work. I mean, there's a lot of good food out here, but still, it's not, not the most pristine stuff, especially the bell peppers. So I did go ahead and fence around the bell peppers to keep them protected. But other than that, everything else is pretty much fair game, and they haven't tested anything. They just like scratching around the area to like eat all the worms and stuff of that nature that live around it. Oh, let me give you a quick update. Alright, so I did a video. Wow. I did a video a while back on growing sweet potatoes, right? This is a sweet potato. This is one of the sweet potatoes that I grew. And that's what happens after a few weeks. Remember, sweet potatoes aren't potatoes. They are part of the morning glory family, which I actually have morning glory out here. Not by design. It just grew wild. Probably a bird came through, made some droppings, and left morning glory. And that's morning glory. This little, let's see, yeah, that's morning glory. Now that's a nuisance. So remember that morning glory can definitely take over your garden. So the same can be said with sweet potatoes. So that clipping right here has begun to work its way all the way up this fence, and that's just within a few weeks. So if you're growing sweet potatoes, be cognizant of that. Know that they are rather invasive. But that's the whole idea of me planting mine, is to give us great ground cover over here. Not so much for the sweet potatoes, but just for the ground cover to eventually choke out the weeds. Knowing if you live in zone 9 and 10, sweet potatoes are subtropical. Do really well in subtropic temperatures where you don't have a frost. So especially in zone 10, you're going to probably have to end up pruning these things back regularly if you don't want them to take over. But if you're zone 8, 7, 6, you know, all those zones up north, this will, all these will die back at the end of the year once the good snow and ice comes through. So don't worry about that. But that's pretty much it. I'm getting ready to till a good deal of this stuff back. I got a couple of watermelons I want to save for some people, so I'm not going to touch those vines. But everything else, I'm going to go ahead and chop it into the ground because it's just that it's time. And that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you learned a little bit about corn. Remember, when it's drab and dull, it's ready to go. All right, thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you watching. I pray the atmosphere you move in, that you're working, that you hopefully get you growing in, is of nothing but God. I pray that you and your family remain covered, and I thank you so much for watching. Let's get it again some other time. Thanks, guys.